Okay, here first on 1st February, on 1st February, whenever the check is received, so it means on check received date, received date, on received date, we have to write the journal entry. On received date, we have to write the journal entry, that is cash account debit to customer account, cash account debit to customer account instead of bank account debit to customer account. Generally, when a check is received from a customer, generally when a check is received from a customer, it means it means customer is a giver, and whatever the check received from the customer is deposited into the bank, so bank is the receiver of the check. So in that case we have to record the entry like this: bank account to customer account, bank account to customer account. But we should not use this transaction, we should not use this entry. We have to use this entry. Reason behind that is check is received on one day, check is received on one date, but the check is deposited on another day. The check is received on one date and the check is deposited in another date. So whenever the check is deposited into the bank, on that day only we have to record the transaction that is happen in the bank, so on the date of depositing the check, that is February 3rd, that is on February 3rd, on 3rd February. So on this day, on deposited date, that is on deposited date, on deposited date, we have to write the journal entry: bank account debit to cash account. So on deposited date we have to record the journal entry like this. So actually this is a contra entry. So on the deposit date the contra entry will be generated. On deposit date the contra entry will be generated. So this is the contra entry, and this is not a contra entry. This is not contra entry, not contra. On received date we have to record in this way, because we are assuming this cash instead of check. Just assumption, this assumption, it is just a assumption, instead of recording this bank, because on the same day the check is not depositing into the bank. So without depositing the check in the bank, we should not record the transaction occur in bank. So we should not record the transaction occur in the bank. For this reason we have to assume as cash is comes into the business, cash is comes into the business instead of the bank. Then after then whenever the check is depositing, on the date, we should record like this entry: bank account debit to cash account. So bank account debit to cash account, it means bank is the receiver and cash is virtually going out. Actually cash is not going out, but it is a virtually going out, just we are assuming. By assuming that cash deposit, by assuming the cash debited, similarly we have to deduct that debited cash, we have to deduct that debited cash.